lot number of dignitaries present in this meeting, and it is my proud privilege to welcome DTM Toastmaster Nimish Joseph, who is the District Director of District 41. Nimish Joseph is a research scholar at IIT Delhi, working in the area of social media analytics and information propagation. He is a software engineer by qualification and is interested in teaching and academic writing. He has served as conference secretary and rapporteur in various national and international conferences. He is a passionate Toastmaster and has served in multiple leadership roles. He is also associated with an IIT Delhi startup, Medic Fibers. He has served as the president of Oracle Corporate Club, Bangalore, and Capital City Toastmasters, New Delhi. Currently, he serves as a District 41 Director, Toastmasters International. According to him, he is a foodie, loves traveling, and defines himself as a rational person. DTM Nemish has achieved excellence in program quality 2020, Toastmasters International Virtual Convention, excellence in club growth 2020, Toastmasters International Colorado Convention. The list of his achievements is a long one, and we do not have that much time. So, without further ado, please help me welcome DTM Nimish Joseph. Over to you, DTM Nimish Joseph.
Thank you, Madam President Toastmaster Rachna Mathur, for introducing me to this amazing event. I am glad that you read out the complete introduction, and at times I feel that once after hearing all these introductions, I feel I am a bit narcissist person. I'm sorry that I just share the website details so that whomsoever want to use whatsoever things, let them use it. But I want to really appreciate the organizers and people who are behind this amazing thought. Welcome to all to District 41 and to Lucknow Toastmasters Club. I can see people joining in this meeting around the globe, and a big thank you and welcome to all of you to India, Nepal, Bangladesh, Bhutan, the big district, District 41. In fact, if you go with the numbers of clubs in the Toastmasters, I believe this is the district with the maximum number of paid clubs. So welcome to all of you to District 41 and to this amazing meeting of World in 24 hours. I would also like to appreciate the members who took this initiative across the globe to conduct, to connect, and to interact with a lot many people. So thank you for giving us this opportunity. In fact, this is a very beautiful land, a very beautiful place. But during these challenging times, like you, we all do face challenges. But it gave us an opportunity to learn more things. And I believe you all have been learning things during these times. It is during these challenging times we find out better ways to help people and to become more positive. And I believe that you all have been experiencing, experimenting, and learning together with fellow Toastmasters to how to demonstrate the skills that you have been learning virtually. I remember a speech given by a friend of mine where he clearly mentioned how Toastmasters brought in difference to his life. He was comparing it with the soldiers at the borders who guard our lives. He compared with the doctors who save our lives. And similarly, he was saying that we as Toastmasters could bring changes to the lives of people. And yes, I believe that address and that message still stands true and strong with all of us. Through our words, through the actions we do, I'm sure we can bring changes in the world. And when everyone speaks about differences, we try to create a unique line of unity amongst all these diversity. And let us appreciate this great movement, this great organization of ours, which gave us a chance to come together, to interact together in one platform. Today, when we deliver speeches, when we evaluate our speeches, when we network with people, I am sure we are creating a new time in the history, a new milestone in the history for people to remember that during these challenging times, in the middle of the pandemic, we networked with an amazing set of people across the globe. When we experience 2 feet distance with others, when we try not to interact with people more in a connected way, and when we maintain social distancing, I'm sure Toastmasters is giving us an opportunity to connect, network, and interact in the best possible way. So thank you to all members of District 41 and leaders out here who are actively helping the cause of Toastmasters in District 41, and to all other leaders, across the globe of Toastmasters International and beyond, who are helping out all the people across the globe to make sure that this world is a beautiful place. Thank you, and over to you, distinct Toastmaster Rachna Mathur.
Thank you so much, DTM, District Director Nimish Joseph. It was a pleasure to have you with us and be a part of this amazing historical event. Every Toastmaster meeting has one person who connects, and in Hindi we say who's the Sutradhar. For the benefit of the others, let me just tell you from the different countries that one of the main languages of our country is Hindi. So if we just switch over to Hindi in between, please don't mind it, because that's our mother tongue. So, like I said, we have a Sutradhar who connects all the dots of the meeting and who's called the Toastmaster of the day. So today our session will be presented, or the Toastmaster of the day is none other than our DTM Toastmaster Ira. Toastmaster Ira is a veteran Toastmaster who has already completed her competency program and has now moved on to the pathways. She's a proficient orator and a person with a cheerful demeanor. She is a management graduate and engineer by profession and currently working with Colgate Palmolive. And holidays for Toastmasters, she's a traveler, an avid reader. So holidays for her means enjoying a leisurely time, maybe at the Goa beach side. Yes, who wouldn't want to do that? But yes, we do have to wait for some more time to do that and enjoy those holidays. So over to you, Toastmaster Ira. Holidays, holidays, Toastmaster Ira. The stage is all yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rachna, for that wonderful introduction. And to everyone else, Namaskar, Adab, Sat Sri Akal, Vanakkam, and welcome to another session of Lucknow Toastmasters, made so much more special with your presence today. In today's answer to where in the world are we? Well, you are in Lucknow. And because in talking about weather is the best way to start off any conversation, well, let me give you a glimpse to exactly how the weather is. The cold is a teenager finally blossoming into her youth. It throws tantrums, and there's no way to say that in the next 15 minutes you will not see me with a jacket on, because that's how temperamental she is today. And the sun is shining like a friend waiting to gauge the mood of the cold. I am ready to combat both with a warm tea of masala chai and, of course, the company of my Toastmasters. Because ultimately, who doesn't want to talk about the favorite topic, holidays? In India, we get pretty emotional about holidays, and with good reason. All our festivals really coincide with these, and they are a great way of marking the passage of the season. We start off with Diwali, the festival of lights, which really is a way of heralding winter into our lives. That is November for us. In December, we are awakened to the sounds of carols and Santa and wishing that we were children again just to get those sweets back in our stockings. And we move on to January to really celebrate the festival of harvest. Of course, because India is a land of multiple cultures, we call it by different names. We call it Pongal, Sankranti, Loli, and whatnot. But the idea is the same. The sense of community, the sense of belonging, coming back home and celebrating the fact that life's aim is not to just speed up, but also to pause, to reflect, and to be grateful for everyone that we have in our lives. I have have a lot of memories that I can't wait to share with all of you. But before we go down that nostalgic route, let me tell you what is going to be the structure of the session today. Today's session is going to be broken into three parts. First part is going to be the prepared speeches, where our speakers will be presenting their speech on pre-shared objectives. The second part is going to be the table topics, wherein we will have a round of impromptu speaking conducted by our table topic masters. And all of you are really encouraged to come forward and participate and make it so much more livelier with your presence. And the third part is, of course, the general evaluations that will be conducted by a general evaluator herself. Why? Because while we celebrate life, we must also continue to learn how do we grow in life and how do we continue to do better. To explain more on her role, I would like to invite Toastmaster Shubham to explain the role of the general evaluator and also to introduce her tag team members. A word about Toastmaster Shubham. She is the director for her school in Varanasi. She has been a veteran Toastmaster, and when you meet her, you will be left with a sense of what an intellectual person she is, a keen observer, a flair to learn new skills. And do you really want better qualities from your GE? She is definitely going to be the person to lead us on to new learnings. And with that, Toastmaster Shubham, over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ira. A very warm good afternoon to everyone. I'm so happy to be a part of this meeting. And today, as a general evaluator of the day, I have my tag team members who are going to support me with their reports at the end of the meeting, starting with our counter for the day, Toastmaster Anushka, who is a very enthusiastic and a determined girl. I would now request Toastmaster Anushka to share her role with the audience for the day.
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator. Namaste. I am Anushka and my role for today is that of an R counter. I'll be counting any kind of filler words that anyone uses, for example, well, I think, you should. So I'm warning everyone, you say one filler word and I'm gonna catch it. So let's speak awesome and not awful. Over to you, Madam General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anushka. I now request our timer for today, Toastmaster Simran, who is very self-motivated person as well as a confused learner. So when I call her confused, that means she's over-enthusiastic to learn more and more, and her quest for knowledge is a never-ending process. I now urge Toastmaster Simran to share her role for the day with the audience.
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator. Well, one of the most important part of communication is how long you take it to deliver your message. So as a timer, I'll be making a note of the time you take while delivering your speech. For prepared speakers, it's 5 to 7 minutes. And for table topic speakers, it's 1 to 2 minutes. For evaluations, it's 2 to 3 minutes. At 5 minutes, I'll be displaying a green card, at 6, a yellow, and 7, a red card. For table topics, at 1 minute, a green card, 1 minute 30 seconds, a yellow card, and 2 minutes, a red card. And lastly, for evaluations, at 2 minutes, a green card, 2 minutes 30 seconds, a yellow card, and 3 minutes, a red card. After every red card, there will be a buffer provided of 30 seconds where you have to wind up. In case you lie anywhere beyond these time limits, you will be disqualified for voting. So keep your time in check and all the best.
Thank you, Toastmaster Simran. I now request our president once again, Toastmaster Rachna, to share her role as a grammarian for the day. I have two adjectives for Toastmaster Rachna, who have been with us for so long, who keeps motivating us every day with a new zeal to start our life. She's someone who is very resilient as well as magnanimous. And that's all from my side, Toastmaster Rachna. You can take the stage.
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator. The role I read that past is always tense, the future perfect, and the present simple. That's how I look at grammar. And what's grammar? That connects our language, or that is on which our language is based. So my role as a grammarian is to see the good usage and not so good usage. I won't say bad, but a little incorrect usage of grammar, and also the good phrases that somebody uses in their speech, and the word, most important, the word of the day, or we in our club, we call it the word of the week. So may I just have the slide for that, please?
Just a second,
Well,
I'll
yes.
just.
Yeah. The word, let me just go ahead with it. The word of the day, according to the theme, when we have full, we are all in high spirits and merrymaking. So the word of the day is gaiety. Gaiety is used as a noun. It's a noun. And we have lots of usage for it. It could be the colorful flags added gaiety to the occasion, or her gaiety and her exuberance added life to the party. So you please try to use this word as much as possible. And every time a speaker uses that word, we acknowledge it and appreciate it and encourage the speaker to use more vocabulary words, because that's how we enhance our spoken skills. Uh, Another thing that we want to add a dash of masala to today's meeting is uh, your your active listening skills. So whoever I would be, when I present my report, I would be asking certain questions based on the grammar part. So all of you, please open your ears and listen carefully, and I would come forward when asked by the general evaluator. Over to you, general evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rachna, for adding the twist in the meeting with your active listening skills. So now everybody is vigilant and everybody is all set. Let the speakers take on the stage. Over to DTM Ira.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shubham. So, Diwali. Have you all seen a diya? Do you all associate it with Diwalis? Do you all associate it with lanterns? Some of them associate it with the loudest form of all, the firecrackers. Well, there is no correct way to celebrate the festival of lights. The idea being the light that you celebrate, the light that you worship in your own way, should illuminate your lives and the lives of your loved ones with joy. And another way or a beautiful poem that really celebrates that is this. Now, this is in Hindi, and once I recite it, I will again translate it into English so that you get the gist of it. करबद्ध हो राजा हो या रंग, हर घर में सजी एक थाली है, कोई दीपक कोई दीप शिखा तो कोई जलाई दियाली है, हर लौ में तुम रोशन हो, घर घर में आज दिवाली है. Now, the meaning of that, this poem is really dedicated to Goddess Lakshmi, who is the goddess of wealth and prosperity. And what the poem really tries to say is, whether you are a king or a pauper, every home is ready to welcome you with the plate for the puja or the worship. Whether you have a lantern or a humble diya, every flame is worshipping the goddess and welcoming prosperity into their lives. This is one of the main festivals in India, and a sense of reverence, a sense of auspiciousness really surrounds it. But it's also a festival of gaiety. Well, and how do we do that? Trust the youngsters to come up with it. Rangoli competitions, firecrackers. Now, some of us are also going the green way, but really, have you all ever tried and seen whose charkas will spin the most? Whose fulgari will be able to light the highest shooting crackers? Well, that's all that Diwali is. But I don't want to restrict you to my experiences only. So with that, let's invite other role players also to share their experiences, beginning with the prepared speeches section. Now, today we have two prepared speakers who will be sharing their stories with you. First up, we have Toastmaster Saurabh, who will be giving his Level 3 Project 2. To evaluate him, we have Toastmaster Naina. Toastmaster Naina is the current Area Director for Area H6. She is a finance professional and she has more than 15 years of work experience. Currently, she is working with the British Council as a trainer, and she actually joined Toastmasters back in Jan 2019. Her favorite memory of Diwali is decorating her entire house with diyas. And recently, she actually made a beautiful rangoli, participated in a competition, got selected, and actually got acknowledged by the senior leadership teams as well. What an artistic person you are, Toastmaster Naina. And I can't wait to see the artful evaluation that you have for Toastmaster Saurabh. Over to you.
Thank you, DTM Era. Hello, everyone. I'm Nana Agarwal and will be evaluating our first speaker's speech. Speaker is doing leadership development pathway and currently pursuing level 3 of said pathway. The purpose of this project is to begin developing a collection of humorous stories and to present a speech that includes humor. The speaker would add humor to her speech through anecdotes and stories. The speaker should keep one thing in mind, that the speech should not be a report. His speech title is Somebody Else. Speaker is a final year management student and serving as the secretary of Lucknow Toastmasters Club. He loves watching movies and play guitar in his free time. I wish good luck to the speaker. Over to you, DTM Era.
Thank you, Toastmaster Naina. Toastmaster Saurabh, the stage is yours. All the best.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster and Madam Evaluator. Last year, I wanted to take part in my college drama. So I went to the concerned teacher to give my name. She looked at me like this. Why have I never seen you in my class? So to tell you, in my college, almost every student attends the first lecture. And as the first lecture is over, the strength of the class starts to decline. So if there are 40 students in the first lecture, there will be hardly 10 students left in the last lecture. I tried to avoid that conversation. So she said me, okay, Saurabh, try to imitate an actor or deliver a dialogue so that I can judge your acting capabilities. At that time, I knew which actor to imitate to. Any guesses? Anyone, just unmute yourself and tell me.
Nana Patekar for sure.
Amitabh Bachchan.
Nana Patekar for sure.
Shah Rukh Khan. I'm happy to say that.
Rajkumar.
I'm happy to say that.
Kapoor.
All of you are wrong. I imitated Tiger Shroff. Why?
Oh my.
Come to know. He is a brilliant. He's someone like he is a typical Indian Bollywood hero. He got good looks. He has moves and he can dance. He does his own actions. In fact, he is super charming. He got everything except acting. So I acted like someone who's not a very good actor. And in fact, in his almost all of his movies, you'll see just one typical dialogue. And so I also repeated just one of his cliche dialogues. And guess what? I was selected. The teacher then told me she cast for a role. She casted me for a role of a news anchor. Again, any guesses which news anchor? This one is easy. I truly believe that all of you can get this.
Arnab Goswami.
Noise pollution.
Arnab Goswami.
That's what I was casted for. And to add some masala, she asked me to give that character a touch of Ekta Kapoor. That day, I came to know that from where and from whom Arnab Goswami and Ekta Kapoor are getting their TRPs from. For all my non-Indian friends who don't know these people, trust me guys, you are lucky. Basically, they are They are renowned television personalities who somehow manages to get the maximum TRP on Indian televisions. Arnav Goswami is a news journalist and anchor come loudspeaker. And Ekta Kapoor is someone who can like make an entire daily soap out of just one conversation between two people. If I have to introduce myself, I will say, hi, my name is Saurabh. But if I have to do that same thing in Ekta Kapoor's show, I will be like, hi, something like that. And then my name is, along with that sound in the background. So my teacher wanted me to act like them without any musical effects in the background. In fact, to add something to it, Ekta Kapoor's editors try to add all sort of effects, video effects that they have learned in the high school and apply it just over there. Now imagine someone playing Arnav Goswami in an Ekta Kapoor show. Just imagine. Finally, the D-Day arrived. I went to the stage, all prepared, and went to the stage and took an interview, and it felt like, Mantriji, the nation wants to know, Aaj, what you are doing. I think my play was way ahead of its time, because at the end of the play, the minister's PA threw me out of the hall. Will Rogers once said that everything is funny as long as it's being done with someone else. There is a lot of knowledge in that quote. But me being me, I will learn whatever I want to learn. So I learned that be that somebody else. Be that somebody else who can laugh on himself. Be that somebody else who can bring a smile on people's faces. Be that somebody else who can make a difference. Thank you. Madam Tim.
Wow, thank you, Toastmaster Saurabh. A dash of your humor during these virtual meetings really just helped enliven everyone else. Such a spectacular speech. Be that someone else who can help make life better for everyone. I think that's a perfect description for who you are for LTMC. Well, with that spectacular speech, we move on to the second speaker of the day, who is Toastmaster Devang. And to read out his objectives, I'd like to call on Toastmaster Lakshay. Now, a little bit about Toastmaster Lakshay. He hails from Delhi and is currently a student in IIM Lucknow, one of the most prestigious management colleges of the country. He also interned with Microsoft in the capacity of a product manager and is a passionate Toastmaster. Then I asked him, what is your favorite Diwali memory? He gave a very hatke answer, or a very different answer from what is expected. And this was what his memory was. 2 years back, when he went to Delhi, he decided, along with his family, to forego the crackers, go green, and actually donate the clothes to the underprivileged sections of society. And during that act, the reception that he got, the smiles that he got back from those people are one of his key true highlights. Isn't it splendid, Toastmasters, when we all can take occasions or festivals or celebration and spread the cheer around in our communities? Well, Toastmaster Lakshay did just that. Over to you, Toastmaster Lakshay.
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Ira. That act was probably not based on generosity. It was putting my sin away on somebody else's head. Delhi is very polluted. So today I would be evaluating Toastmaster Devang's speech. I would like to give a brief about Toastmaster Devang to our international team members. I would like them to know about Toastmaster Devang. Toastmaster Devang currently is in 3rd year of BCom. He was born in Lucknow. He likes to read books, news on economics, politics, and finance. Now he likes to balance it out by a bit of memes and songs as well. The favorite quote of his is by Warren Buffett that if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. Pretty hard hitting. So today, you would be listening to Toastmaster Devang give his level 1 project 2 speech of Pathways Dynamic Leadership. The objective of the speech is to give a speech, receive feedback, and incorporate that feedback in a subsequent speech. Now, without further ado, I would like to hand over the stage to Toastmaster Devang. Toastmaster Devang, hence proved, Toastmaster Devang. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Laksh. The worst thing about betrayal is that it never comes from our enemies, but it comes from our loved ones. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Today, I will share a story with all of you, a story which is really close to my heart, and a story of immense love and betrayal. Let's begin from where it all started. We both were in the same school, or rather in the same class from the very first day of my school life. And for time being, let's assume this someone to be X. Now, I don't really remember my interactions at that point of time, as I was not grown up. But I somewhat remember that around class 6 or class 7, I realized for the very first time that this bond is not just friendship for me, but something more than that. The first time feeling of someone being more important to you and more special to you, the feeling of happiness and a childlike bliss, I could feel that. We would meet daily in our classes, and also we would talk after our school. As years passed, our bond grew stronger and stronger, and we were really close to each other. And maybe I also started realizing that I was in love. We all come to this realization at one point or the other, as we spend many years with someone. There's a reason why we go back to that someone special, even after having so many other options, and feel happy with even the smallest of conversations. Slowly, years passed, and we reached class 9. Our bond was stronger than ever. But something happened that year. Something strange happened. We had our first fight. A fight which made me really, really tense and worried, and I was shocked on how this happened. But as we say, some fights are really important to make you realize the importance of someone special in your life. And that is what happened in our case. We quickly sorted our misunderstandings and became more close to each other. And then we moved to class 10th. Now, till this time, I was pretty much grown up. And I was really sure about my feeling that I really loved her. Now, you must be thinking that did I confess? But sorry, I did not. Since I never wanted to ruin our friendship and didn't know the feelings from her side, because I think all will agree that we as a gender are pretty bad at understanding signals and signs. Then came the time for our 10th board exams. We both did very well and brilliantly and supported each other very, very well. Then came the time where your friends move away from each other. But our bond was so strong that we never lost contact and remained close to each other. The time I spent with her passed so smoothly that I never realized how I passed 11th and came the time for our 12th boards. Now in 12th boards was the first major testing time of our so close bond and my love for her. But the time I wanted her to support came the first betrayal. On 21st March 2018, my first love and my favorite subject, mathematics, betrayed me for the very first time. I was really, really disheartened as to how this happened. Now, my mathematics, yes, the someone you assumed X at the beginning is my favorite subject, mathematics. I couldn't believe how this happened. And the time I wanted my favorite subject to support me the most, it betrayed me. And it betrayed me bad. So at first, I thought that it was just a phase. But this happened again to me in my JEE exams attempt. The subject I like to call as my strength somehow becomes the weakest subject on the D day. And I still can't figure out why. After 2 to 3 failed attempts, I started thinking that is it really the subject I love or the subject I like to call as my strength? Is it? But I sat down and I knew that this was the subject I loved and I stick on it. After 12, I joined BCom and we parted ways for some time. And then, to my happiness, we met again for my first CAT attempt. But I would like you to know that the 2 years where we were not close, the respect and love for my subject never really lessened. We met again. We used to talk daily and spend some beautiful moments together. Again, I was very confident about my subject. But again, on the D day came again a betrayal. My favorite subject again betrayed me, and I was disheartened again. I couldn't figure out for days why this happened. But at the end, I came to a conclusion that whatever happens, this subject is the subject I love, and it is my strength. I love doing this, and I will not lose hope. And I came to a conclusion that one day, after all this differentiation, we would finally integrate. One day, we would integrate without limits. We would integrate where my love would tend to infinity. One day, we will be on the same equation where the LHS will be equal to RHS. And on that day, I could finally say with full confidence that my love for maths is hence proved. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Ira.
Round of applause for Toastmaster Devang. My God, this is splendid. Anyone who was reminiscing about their nostalgic teenage romance quickly moved to the violent dreams and deaths that they faced at the hand of this subject that loves to betray. As a famous quote really goes, sometimes math is just reading a foreign language without subtitles. At least you still have hope, Toastmaster Devang, and all the best for it. Well, with this, we come to the end of the prepared speeches section, and I hope all of you had a fun time listening to our Toastmasters. Can you feel it?
What?
The season is changing. Isn't it becoming cold? Oh my God, I can't. It's way too cold. November has ended. All I'm seeing is red and white everywhere. It's December. It's time for Christmas. I hope all of you are with me in agreeing to the fact how splendid all of it is. I love how Christmas makes everything feel, how it makes the world ornamented in shades of red and white. Now, you may be having a question at this point. What made us so enthusiastic about this festival? Well, it goes back to the days when I was in class 1 to 12, and the way that our school really celebrated Christmas was to ensure that on 24th of December, our maths teacher dressed up as a jovial Santa and threw sweets at all the students standing in an afternoon assembly. Now, these sweets were missiles, and they were only aimed to take revenge for all the time that maths betrayed us, but he wouldn't agree to it. Well, there was some fun. after we were able to salvage a few of those sweets, it was time for the choirs to get into a competition of Christmas carols. And I still remember 4 of my favorite ones. A sample of how it goes. Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright. आओ कहानी सुनाए तुम्हें बेथलेहम में क्या हुआ मक्खनी जन्माए सूखी without our newspaper. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Hey! But this is not supposed to be a session in which I continue singing my carols. I hope you got a glimpse of how it really goes. Till this date, I tell my mom that this is my Christmas stocking, and I really hope Santa comes to visit me this year. So what if I'm on the wrong side of 25? It's good to let Santa's contacts know that people still have expectations. But, you know, I'm not the only one who enjoyed Christmas so much. The next 2 people who will be coming onto this stage really share my excitement as well. That's right, Toastmasters. It's time for the table topic session. And the 2 people who will be coming on are Toastmaster Purnima and Toastmaster Devansh. A little something about Toastmaster Purnima, who undisputedly is the queen of Lucknow Toastmasters. Well, she joined us 2 years back. She's an educator by profession, and she actually had a convent schooling, which means that from December 1st, all she heard was Christmas carols. Until this date, they are probably the only songs that she can sing in tune. I'm not being mean, this is what she told me. And second, we have Toastmaster Devansh, who is a petroleum engineer by profession and also a current serving area director. When I asked him, what do you want as a gift in your Christmas stocking? Like the nice, mature person he is, he said that I want a nice 2021 for everyone. And that is great, Devansh. I also want it, but please don't let my mom know. I really want that watch. Well, over to you. And I hope all of us have a great table topics.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ira, for that. And good evening. Oh, good afternoon. Oh, good morning. Wherever we are in the world, whatever we are. Hello, Toastmasters from around the world. And I am Toastmaster Purnima.
And I am Toastmaster Devansh. And we today will be joint table topic masters of the day.
Now, what is table topics, Devansh? Like, what is it? Are we talking on the table, right?
Yes, speaking impromptu. What's new in it, Purnima?
Oh, wow. So for the benefit of the guests who have joined us today, I would like to tell you that there will be situations where you are not ready. You are thrown in a situation then and there and you have to respond, not react. For that purpose, Toastmasters prepare you every week during every session. What do? We throw your topic randomly. Not literally throw it, we give you a topic to be subtle and we ask you to speak on that for around 1 to 2 minutes. Now this prepares you for situations where you're not ready. And believe me, over the period of time, we get prepared for such speeches. So Toastmaster Devansh, what are we planning for the day, right? What are your plans for the vacations this year?
What do we do in holidays, Toastmaster Purnima? What is your favorite part of holidays or festivals?
So right now, are you asking me a riddle, right? Okay, I love it. And so that brings me to the point that I love taking out those monopolies, ludos, the Scrabble, and play with family and friends. That is my favorite part of the vacations. No.
You got me right. Yes, we play games in festivals and holidays. That's how we spend our time and we enjoy our holidays. And that is what exactly we are going to do today. We'll play games in table topics and we'll speak impromptu as well. We'll get topics after playing games. So should we begin, Toastmaster Purnima? Like, do you want to begin or you want to play games?
Just for the benefit of all the members over here, I would request all of you to be on mute. And at a lot of places and at a lot of clubs that are as well, we find that we don't use chat box as much as should be. So today's games are open for everyone. Now, we have a set of games that we really love to play during our vacation, or sometimes we even do it right now. Now, as the game progresses, you'll come to know about what game we are going to play with you. So, Devansh, now tell me one thing. Who is right now the best person to talk about Toastmasters?
I am the best person? No? Am I not?
Oh, I was not expecting that, but yes, you're right. Bad joke? So instead of we sharing some bad jokes together, let's go to the audience, right? Let's go to the people.
Yes. So Purna, just to let everyone know also, we have some surprise. So please everyone be active and we'll see how it goes after the table topic section. So I request all of you to be active on the chats, and there's a surprise in the end as well. So
there's an Easter egg in the chat box and you'll have it.
Yes. Let's begin, Purnima. Can everyone see my screen? Purnima, can you see this?
Yes.
Great. Sure. Should we begin? As Toastmaster Ira shared me with the stocking, which stocking you would like to select?
I would have stocking 1. Let's start with 1.
Ooh.
Oh,
riddles.
That's my favorite game, riddles. So, Toastmasters and guests, our first game is going to be riddle. Now, there will be 2 clues on your screens, 1 and 2. You have to tell us who the answer of that clue of this particular riddle in the chat box. Whoever is able to answer it fast, test, and correct will get a chance to be the first table topics person. So are we ready? Can we have some thumbs up for that? All right. So here we have the first clue. What is the first clue?
First clue is the one who also ran. Yeah, Purnima.
One who's ranked 4th in the club officers list. Okay. Are you confused? Let's have the second.
We have answers in chat.
Yes, we already have answer in the chat, and I think it is Khalid Amin who has already answered it without taking up the second clue. So I would want Khalid Amin to, okay, that's correct. The correct answer is Vice President of Public Relations, comes at the 4th rank as the officer. So can we have Khalid? Toastmaster Khalid, are you there with us?
Yeah, I'm here, but I just woke up.
Okay, that's all right. Good morning, Khalid.
Good morning.
Toastmaster Khalid.
Yes. So congratulations on being the first and the fastest on your typing screens to write it with PPR. Now, this is not over yet. Here, now is a test. Okay. Because we are going to give you a topic and you have to speak on that for around 1 to 2 minutes. So Toastmaster Devansh, can we have the topic for Toastmaster Khalid?
Here it is.
Toastmaster Khalid, your topic is everything that you can imagine is real. Everything you can imagine is real, Toastmaster Khalid.
Everything that you can imagine is real. Well, look around you, wherever you are, in your room, when you go into the streets, everything you see around yourself, were the imagination of someone. Even what we are chatting through now, Zoom, was probably in the imagination of a person. So when you really imagine something, it will one day become real. The important point is you have to believe in what you're imagining. So, and that's how you should look at your life. Because when you truly imagine yourself happy, you will be happy. If you imagine yourself successful, you will be successful. You imagine everything around you is beautiful, everything will be truly beautiful. That's how I view life after having lived close to 60 years. And that is the message I try to spread around the world and with my friends. Back to you, both of you. Unfortunately, I cannot read your names here. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Khalid. This was a morning pep talk. And I think the idea behind this topic was the same, that who would have imagined a 24-hour marathon Toastmasters meeting, other than distinguished Toastmaster Michael Brown. Now imagine a situation like from around the country, we have people from Malaysia, Ireland. This is what we are doing. Something or someone imagined it and it has turned out to be real. Great. Toastmaster Khalid, great. Devansh, why would I always have me choosing a game? Tell me about yours. What was your favorite game?
My favorite game was let's go on the slide only, and then we'll see what game should we play next.
Okay.
Right? That would be much better. And I don't want to spoil the surprise because there are my favorite games behind the stockings.
Go ahead.
Yes. So shall we go for the game number 2, Purnima?
Definitely.
Oh. So dumb charades. That was indeed one of my favorite games. In whenever we used to have our family outings or friends, we used to play this whole night. Are you ready, Purnima? Purnima, I'll enact a movie, and would you be able to guess that?
You want me to do it right now in front of 95 people? Okay, I take up the challenge. Yes, go ahead.
I'll keep it simple for you. So that's an English movie. So this is English and this is Hindi, right? So I'll keep it English.
Okay.
And I'll show you the number of words. 1, 2, 3. That is it. This is the sign language. And after that, you have to guess the movie. I'll enact the movie and you guess the movie.
Okay.
Okay. So there's one simple. Yeah.
Okay. 2 words. English. Oh, that's Avengers.
Oh yeah. Sorry. Yeah. That was an easy for you. Yep, yeah, so I'll not play the same game, same thing for others as well. Now let me enact a movie for the audience and let us see if they can guess. So everyone, they can see me, right? That's a simple movie. Yeah. 2 words. English. Second word.
Okay, we have Toastmasters Sumit coming up with the answer. And what is the answer, Devansh?
They are pretty, yeah, Top Gun answer, and they have guessed it by the first word only. So second word only. And they could not let me enact the first word top. So yeah, Toastmaster Sumit, you guessed it right. Top Gun is the movie that I was trying to enact. I know I'm pretty bad in acting. Thank you for.
We also have Susan who have also answered it correctly from my
very
end.
fast.
But we have Toastmaster Sumit doing it first.
Yeah,
so
there are a
we'll
lot
go
of
to the
people.
next topic for him.
Okay, great. So Toastmaster Sumit, would you like to take go ahead with the topic and and I think I'll give you the topic from the movie Top Gun only. Let us use the quote from that movie. Are you there, Toastmaster Sumit?
Yes, I am.
Yeah. Great. So Toastmaster Sumit, the topic is son. Your ego is writing checks your body can't cash. Toastmaster Sumit, your ego is writing checks your body can't cash.
This dialogue reminds me of a few of my friends, not even few, a couple of my friends, whose body actually caches ego, but they cannot actually cash it. So yes, I totally agree to this table topic or to the topic which you have given to me. This is one of the marvelous one and fits to these scenarios which we have these days around us. So ego plays a vital role in making things and breaking things. More than making things, it breaks things, that is for sure, which we have all witnessed throughout in our lives. So to me, the ego sometimes has worked in a very good way. Sometimes it didn't. And it is the same way that the other people, for other people, it works the same way as well. To me, what I feel is that if your ego is to you only, and if it helps you to uplift yourself, it is good. That means if you can cash it, it is good. If not, then you should leave it and move beyond it. Move beyond it, learn it from your peers, learn it from your friends, learn it from your family, learn it from the people around you, so that it helps you to be a better person. That's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sumit. This quote is the movie Top Gun was made in 1986, but this quote is like evergreen. I still resonate with this quote and use it in my speeches as well. Thank you. Purnima, let's move ahead.
Yes. Let's move ahead to the third game. So what do we have in store, Toastmaster Devansh?
What game you want to play? Let's see. Yes, Purnima, the game I think you can see on the screen is Spot the Differences.
Okay, so now I would want everyone, these are the two pictures and there are 10 differences, right? The picture 2 actually has 10 differences and I want you to answer 3 differences, any 3 differences that you can tell us. And that person is our next table topic speaker. So we are waiting in the chat box. Okay, so we have a lot of differences and I have to look at my pictures as well.
So yeah, this is even tough for me right now. And there's a lot of people who have already found many differences. Who has okay, this is key. This is not stopping. Kite easily found it. So it's difficult to find one of you who has given the 3 differences here.
So, kite height, bat angle, and sleeping. Lana. All right. So we need 3 differences. I would put in, we have got, so Lana, Toastmaster Lana is one who answered all the 3 points in a single answer. So we'll have Toastmaster Lana as our next table topic speaker. But for everybody else who have answered it, we have the correct answer for you as well. So what is the correct answer? Hi, Toastmaster
There are 10
Lana.
differences, and it was yes, Purnima. So the answer is here, and topic is also in front of you.
All right, so Toastmaster Lana, the topic is here. The difference between you, your signature and autograph is you.
Do I start speaking?
Yes, you can.
Okay. There I am. Okay. So the difference between myself, my autograph, and my signature. Okay, well, my signature, well, when I went to the driver's office to actually get my license, I didn't actually expect to pass the test. My mother had told me you didn't study the driving book and you didn't answer all the 650 questions that you needed to make sure that you knew all of them, so you won't pass. So I didn't practice my signature. So when the man who told me that I'd passed said, okay, it's time for your signature, I not only didn't have one, I had a complete mind blank. I had no idea what to write. So I just put my name and a couple of squiggles, and that was it. That's my signature. And it's actually on my list of things to do to actually go back and change that later, which I'm sure will be just a minefield of different forms. Now, my autograph, no one's ever asked for my autograph, oddly. So it's the exact same as my signature, I'd assume. So they both need work, and I thank you for drawing my attention to that. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Lana, and that was really a nice take on like how I really liked it. Somewhere down the line, we have always practiced how our first signatures are going to be, and we have no idea about how to go about those signatures. Now, the idea behind this table topic was the same, that, you know what, as we grow up, we start off with signatures, and with the work that we put in ourselves and evolve, that signature ultimately becomes an autograph for people around. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Lana. Lana, I would like to know that from where are you? Like, are you from?
Australia, Concord West.
Okay, that's great. So we have a table topic speaker from Australia. It was great to have you. And Toastmasters Evans, after this amazing table topic speech by Toastmaster Lana, where are we headed to?
Let's see what's in this next talking for us. I hope this is something that, Pictionary. I don't know, I am pretty bad at it, but I still play with my friends and family. They try to make drawings, and I guess, and I don't know. They never give a chance for me to draw. I'm always on the guessing side.
Are you going to draw right now for all of
today
us?
Today it will be different. Today, let me draw something for my audience, and let us see if they can guess what I'm making. And the person who guesses fastest and shares the answer in the chat will get the table topic from that. Yes. Let's try this. Okay.
Can you just let us know the theme of what you're going to draw about? Okay.
So yeah, I'm trying to draw. Let me see. Yep. So I'm trying to draw. I'll try to draw an idiom. Can we guess that? Let's try. So okay. So you can guess it now as well. Like someone can. Okay.
Okay, we have Toastmaster Saurabh and we have Toastmaster Sue from Australia.
We need more people.
Jessica says talking.
This looks like stalking. Okay. What happens now?
And it's like
Golf stick.
okay. We already have Toastmaster
Broken leg.
Susan says broken leg. We have Toastmaster Saurabh telling us as break a leg.
As an
think
idiom.
that's the answer, right? Break a leg. We also have yes. So
yeah. So this idiom is break a leg that I tried to draw. I don't know. Like it does look like a hockey stick, golf stick, boot. But yeah, I tried to draw break a leg and the idiom. And Toastmaster Saurabh guessed it right at the first place. Saurabh, thank you for believing in me. Thank you for believing in my drawing. And thank you for answering that. So Toastmaster
now
Saurabh.
the world knows that why your family do not allow you to draw.
Oh, but Saurabh believes in me, right? So I have one person with me who can guess my drawing. So Saurabh, I'll give you a situation on this idiom. Your friend proposes his girlfriend, and you wish him break a leg. Go break a leg. Now you have to continue on that situation and give him an advice to your friend.
Sorry, that's difficult for me.
Break a leg, Saurabh.
My friend proposes going to propose a girl, and I have to advise him. Come on, buddy, go break a leg. She's standing over there. You won't get a better chance from after this. It's the final day of the college. It's the final year. Maybe we will not meet again. Maybe it's the final chance. Even if she says no, what's there? Like you will just overcome your fear. You will finally come to know what's there in her mind, and you will finally witness you'll confess your feelings to her. Go break a leg, man. Just go. That's it, I guess, pretty much from my side.
I don't know if he'll go break a leg or he'll literally break his leg, but that's all right. So thank you, Saurabh, for that. Few weeks back, I literally did not know what this idiom meant. This idiom means wishing good luck for all of us here. Thank you, Saurabh, for explaining that to us. And yep, Purnima, now let's see what we have in store next. Purnima, can you hear me?
Yes, Toastmasters very much. Yes, I can.
Yes, Purnima.
So Toastmasters very much. What is the final game that we are going to play?
I don't know. That's up to Santa Claus and the stockings. So let me figure out. Santa Claus is not very happy today.
Santa Claus is confused.
And yes. Can you see the screen or the screen sharing is stopped? Why is it stopped?
Oh, okay. It's not there.
Yep. Can we see it now?
Yes. Oh, scrambled picture. Okay. I love the game. As a child, I would distort the pictures and would ask everyone around, what do you understand? So I would ask the audience to identify what is this picture. And we already have an answer from Jessica, who says it's a sledge. And yes, it's actually a sledge. So Toastmaster Jessica, it's for you. You are our next speaker. So Jessica hi Toastmaster Jessica, how are you?
Very good. Thank you for leading.
Hi. Now, Toastmasters Jessica, your topic for the last one is that if you had the Santa Claus sledge with you, where would you head to this 2021?
Imagine the hair in your wind, the freedom in your blood, and the smell of 13 reindeers wafting in your face. If I had Santa Claus's sled, oh, I would feel like the queen of the world. I would leave Mr. Santa at home and I would be flying around the world, meeting interesting, rich, single men and sharing laughter and joy and cookies and experiencing this like rock star lifestyle that every North American kid has ever heard about. All little boys want to be famous sports players and all little girls want to be movie stars for the fame, for the money, for the envy. And so I have to admit my ego is bigger than my whatever that other idiomatic expression was. And I would love to for one day have everyone go, Santa Jessica, Santa Jessica. And I would probably go, I would go to the places where my favorite foods are and my favorite people are. So first I would go to India because I adore butter chicken and I would like butter chicken for Christmas. And in Spain, they think I'm cuckoo. Secondly, I would go to Thailand because I love the beach and the water there is just a little bit nicer than the water in Mumbai. And thirdly, I would go to Canada to visit my family because I haven't seen them for quite a while and Corona just has stopped that. So I would do a world tour and I would have heat, beach, and my mom's criticizing me. The perfect Christmas. Yeehaw, Rudolph.
Wow, Jessica, that was great. I could not have imagined all these places with all these ideas and itinerary. You already have your itinerary ready, right? So you're welcome to India and we'll have a lot of butter chicken everywhere around. Yes. Wow. I really love the fact that you amalgamated many other topics together over here. And that is really, really great. And it's just like this meeting today gives me an opportunity to say that the Christmas, the next year, 2021, is going to be something good. So, Toastmasters Devansh, do you want to say something?
I really wanted to play a lot of games like rummy, poker, and all of that, but I think we are short on time, so I'll not take much time here, and we'll quickly hand it over.
Education will kick us out of the meeting,
Yep.
so let's not do that.
That's right. So let's hand it over to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Ira, distinguished Toastmaster Ira. Ira, please take the stage and take this meeting forward.
Thank you, Toastmaster Devansh and Toastmaster Purnima, for such a fun session. Let's have a huge round of applause for them. Now, you might notice that my screen has changed, but we are Toastmasters, we're always ready with backup plans. So that's why you're seeing more of me, which is very important for the next section. Why? Well, December is over. It's still the peak winter, but there's a lot of color in the air. Why? Peak winter, December. It's Lodi time, Toastmasters. That's right. What's Lodi? Well, it's the time to celebrate the harvest of the season. It's the time to celebrate the bounties of nature, to enjoy the bonfires, and to really dance around and celebrate the sense of community. And it's also the time to bring out all your Bhangra skills. Well, it seems a tad bit unfair if you leave without learning even a few Bhangra steps. So let's rectify that situation very quickly. If it's possible for you to stand, please do that. If not, worry not, because these steps are very easy to learn. So I'm going to show you 3 steps, and it's basically your hand movement, because leg movement, it's basically just, just skip, and that's it. You're done. So we are going to learn 3 hand movements, and you are really ready and set to dance to Bhangra tunes anywhere where you are. So this is step 1. Point to your left. And then, it's rude to point, so bring your hands back. But then point again. And that's the step 1. So 1 and 2. All right. Second, point upwards. It's rude to point, so, make it come back. But then go up again. So 1 and 2. That's step 2. Now third, every festival calls for confetti. So let's throw confetti in the air. 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1, 2, and 1, and 2. Right? These are your 3 Bhangra steps. No matter what Indian song you hear, go along, dance to this, and you are set to be the star of the show. It does feel as if all of us might need to do a quick bit of practice before we leave the session. Toastmaster Sankhya, can you help us with a song that can help all of us quickly practice these 3 steps?
Sure.
Toastmaster Sankhya.
Sure.
Thank you. And if all of you have some Kara Chashma, wear it and take out your flag shade. You really cannot. Come on, take it out. And confetti. And point left. And point right. Left, right. If you can follow the steps. All of you have done too long because I can really Thank you, Sankhya. That's it. I'm sure everyone's watching Katrina now and no one's watching me. But I really hope you got a sense of how to do these steps, right? I hope you have some energy in you now. And for those of you who are judging me for doing this is exactly what it feels like in any Indian function when there's an overzealous relative who just needs to make a party out of everything. But hey, you need some fun stories to last you so the next holiday comes along, right? And on this note, I'm going to hand over the stage to our general evaluator, Toastmaster Shubham. Toastmaster Shubham, the stage is yours.
Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster Ira. That was an amazing way to make our energy soar on a very high level. I can now imagine everybody is being vigilant and active to take up more steps and they want to hear more Indian music. We'll give you time after the session. And now I would like to start with the feedback session, which is the most awaited part of any meeting, starting with the speakers. And I would request our first evaluator, Toastmaster Naina Agrawal, to share her report with us on the speech given by Toastmaster Saurabh.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shubham. Just give me a second. I think there is some, yeah. Robert McKee said, storytelling is the most powerful way to put ideas into the world today. I second his thought and feel storytelling is the best way to express your thoughts to this world. I congratulate the speaker on his successful completion of his project. It's truly a hilarious speech, and speaker was successful in tickling my funny bones. Speech was interactive and pulled everyone in his speech. I loved the speaker's facial expressions on every twist and how he beautifully transitioned from one punch to another. The speaker grabbed my attention with his rich content of his speech and mind-blowing storytelling skills. The speaker took us on a journey from Tiger Shroff to Arnab Goswami and then to Ekta Kapoor. As we all know, these people are so different and unique. yet he managed to talk about them one after another. I believe there is always a scope of improvement, and for the benefit of the speaker, I would like to share a couple of recommendations which I have observed. Number one, vocal variety. Vocal variety and storytelling go hand in hand, as both used together can do wonders. I noticed that speaker has a good scope of using vocal variety in his speech, yet it was not used fully. For example, when speaker made a twist that Tiger Shroff has everything, he's charming, good physique, blah, but doesn't have acting skills. So he could use the vocal variety over there. Another thing which I observed is the abrupt ending of the speech. The speaker could have ended it in a better way by concluding his story and sharing his learning or takeaway from that incident. Well, this is an intriguing speech, and I was enraptured by speaker's storytelling skills. Marvelous facial expressions and superb hand gestures of speaker made this speech amazing. Speaker made sure that our international audience synced to his speech by narrating the basic details about the characters used in the speech. Finally, I would like to challenge the speaker to demonstrate his vocal variety in his next speech. Over to you, Madam Ji.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nana, for that wonderful evaluation. I now request our second evaluator for the day, Toastmaster Lakshay, to share his evaluation on the speech given by Toastmaster Devansh.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shubham, for handing over the stage. Toastmaster Devansh. Toastmaster Devang today presented a love story, an estranged love story in some sense. Hence proved was the title of the story, and he kept us in mystery as to what was the meaning of the topic until last. He also kept us in mystery as to who was that lover of his that he was referring to for almost half of the speech. Now I would like to structure my speech in such a way. I would like to tell you guys LHS, left hand side, the positives of the speech, RHS, the points of improvement that could have been done. So let's start. So I would like to commend Devang on the presentation skills. There was impeccable eye contact, and I would like to comment on certain parts of the storytelling as well. Story construction. There was a good flow in the story. His life started in 10th. He found his love, his interest. The bond grew. He went to 11th standard. He found that it was love. In 12th standard, he figured out probably there was some estrangement. Pretty good flow in the story. The story was suspenseful. You were on your toes the whole time. You were trying to figure out who tells such a personal story in such a big forum. You were trying to figure out who is this girl. He kept you on your toes. And the last part in this particular story framing is it was very well written. For someone presenting his first level speech, kudos to Devang. I think I still cannot write this good a speech. Pretty good on that department as well. Now let's move on to the RHS side. The certain things you can improve to give a better speech. Most of the time I saw that your hands were claps like this. This is sometimes considered an indication of lack of confidence. If you had an open hand, it would have showed the audience that you know your stuff. You are very confident in speaking. And even if you're not confident, fake it till you make it. That's my take, at least. In certain areas, I also saw that your eyes were shifting as if you were reading from some script. Probably since it's a level 1 project 2, it's okay. But further down the line, that can be removed to give an impeccable speech. Thirdly, fix your USB drive. There were constant beepings in between your speech. It distracts the audience. Better gestures can be used to keep the audience in sync with you. And lastly, I would advise you to read Ikigai. It's a great book and would tell you how to fetch your love of your life. And coming back to the LHS part, the positives, I would like to tell you that you had a great title. I would love to have that skill of keeping that stronger title. And at the end, a great ending as well. LHS equal to RHS was proved from your side. But I would like to add something that for you, LHS is greater than RHS. The positives are far greater than the negatives. Kudos to you, and best of luck for your future endeavors. Toastmaster Deva.
Thank you, Toastmaster Lakshay, for that amazing evaluation done by you. I now would request my tag team members to present their report, starting with our Toastmaster Anushka, who is the counter for the day.
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator. What an amazing show. I tried really hard to note the fillers, but I couldn't find any. But since this is the pattern of the show, so here goes my report. Starting with the role players who despite their roles didn't have many fillers. Toastmaster Rachna, 8 hours, 1 1 really, 1 so. Distinct Toastmaster Ira, 0 hour. Next, the table topic masters, Toastmaster Devansh, 2 hours, 2 okay. Toastmaster Purnima, 1 so, 3 now, 1 and 2 likes. Coming to the role speakers and the evaluators, Toastmaster Naina, 0 and 1 so. Toastmaster Saurabh, 2 and wonderful short and long pauses. Toastmaster Laksh, 1 hour. Toastmaster Devang, 4 hours. Good hand gestures, and the repetitive word was but again and again. Coming to the table topic speakers, Toastmaster Khalid, 0 hour and amazing pauses throughout. Toastmaster Sumit, 0 hours and 1 hour. Lana, 2 well, 2 actually, and 2 so as filler words. Toastmaster Saurabh as a table topic speaker, 1 like, and Jessica, 1 like. Everyone was super prepared, and so I think that's why we have such minimal fillers with intelligent pauses and expressive hand gestures. So the grand total is 20 hours today with 11 filler words. That is 2 hours per member. Back to you, Madam General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anushka, for that critical report. Thank you so much. I now request the timer for the day, Toastmaster Simran, to share her report with us.
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator. So here is my report for today's session. I hope you can see it.
Yeah.
So Toastmaster Saurabh as a prepared speaker took 5 minutes, 46 seconds and 96 microseconds. And Toastmaster Devang as a prepared speaker took 7 minutes, 11 seconds and 61 microseconds. Both of them have qualified, so congratulations to them. Their evaluators, Toastmaster Nana, took 2 minutes, 27 seconds and 29 microseconds. And Toastmaster Lakshay as the evaluator for Toastmaster Devang took 3 minutes, 18 seconds and 81 microseconds. Congratulations, all of them have qualified for the voting. Coming to the table topics, Toastmaster Khalid took 1 minute 41 seconds, 60 microseconds. Toastmaster Sumit took 1 minute 41 seconds and 43 microseconds. Toastmaster Lana took 1 minute 16 seconds and 96 microseconds. Unfortunately, Toastmaster Saurabh could not make it because he felt short of time and took only for 45 seconds and 11 microseconds to speak. Lastly, Toastmaster Jessica took 1 minute 50 seconds and 60 microseconds. It was a great section, and congratulations to everyone.
Thank you, Toastmaster Simran, for that short and crisp report. Now I would request our grammarian for the day, Toastmaster Rachna, to share her report with us.
Thank you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Shubham. Wow, what an atmosphere of gaiety and festivity we just witnessed. And it was wonderful to watch everybody to the tunes of Kala Chashma. Great. And like Toastmaster Anushka said, that it was difficult to find and ums and ahs, and I topped the list. Thank you so much for checking me on that. But I also had a lot of difficulty in finding the incorrect usage of grammar. So let me begin by just quickly going through a bit of the incorrect usage, and then it will be all smooth all along the way. So somebody used, she said to me, whereas it should have been she told me. Then somehow manages should have been somehow manage. Throws me out should have been threw me out. Laugh at himself, it is correct. And a few mispronounced words were, it should be imitated, it should be economics, and here. Now let's see the good usage of grammar that has been used by most of the speakers. The morning pep talk, the phrases that were used: flying around the world, tad bit unfair, tickling my funny bones, fake it till you make it. There were good quotes as well used. Everything is funny as long as it's being done in someone's role. Be that somebody who can make a difference. Now, I would like to ask remind you of that that masala I had, or I wanted to add to this session. How many of you have been listening carefully, or were you just busy dancing? Let's see that. Okay. Who said go green?
Toastmaster Ira.
Yes. Who answered that? Who answered that? I can see.
Me, Toastmaster
Okay,
Simran.
me. Okay, Toastmaster Simran. Yeah. Purnima tried to, but she didn't succeed in that. So it was Toastmaster Simran. Now, what does Toastmaster Purnima like to do in the holidays? Now, Toastmaster Purnima, you're not supposed to say this, please. Who can tell? What does Toastmaster Purnima like to do in the holidays? Not even Toastmaster Devansh, please.
She loves Scrabble, she loves Ludo, she loves board games. So generally, she said.
With her family.
Yeah.
With the
Okay,
family.
yes. Toastmaster Purnima. Is that right? Play Monopoly? Okay,
Yes.
great. Okay. Somebody said this. Believe in what you are imagining. Who said that?
Khalid. Mr. Khalid.
Yes, Toastmaster Khalid. Yes, it was so beautifully put up by him. And who advised us to read Ikigai?
That was Toastmaster Lakshya.
Toastmaster Lakshya. Great. And who loves butter chicken?
Jessica.
Jessica. So yes, all of you were tuned with you were not just hearing, you were listening, connecting, and grasping everything. Now the word of the day, gaiety, was only used by Toastmaster Ira once. So I would have enjoyed, or it would have been nice if more people would have used it, and I also did it. So, but add it to your vocabulary and try to use it as and when possible. So over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rachna, for that amazing role you have played for the day. I would now start with my evaluation for these speakers, starting with Toastmaster Saurabh. Congratulations on completing L3P2. I find you a very humorous speaker, and I have never seen you like this before in any other meeting. The energy you had today and the way you actually had taken care of the different actors, you explained it to the non-Indians. But few areas where I felt that you could have worked more was that you could have added an enactment of Tiger Shroff or Arnav Goswami or Ekta Kapoor like you did 3 times, but it was not coming out very clearly. So you could have rehearsed more on that part. That would have been just icing on the cake. And one second suggestion I have from my side would be one adjective which you could have used against your name. From my experience of your speech from today was that I find you a really humorous speaker. So that one adjective you could have added in your speech. So it would have been a memory aid for the others. That's all I have from my side on your speech, Toastmaster Saurabh. My second report would be on the speaker for the day, Toastmaster Devansh. I congratulate you for completing your one level up in Toastmasters journey, and looking forward to more such suspense added speeches. I really liked the way you had personified mathematics, and it was awesome. I mean, never expected. And the way you had portrayed it to be a girlfriend, and everybody was looking forward to it, but the suspense made us feel go gaga on it. But all I felt was that you had taken 7 minutes and 11 seconds. If you would have practiced more in your rehearsals, you would have reduced that time duration and you would have not extended beyond 7 minutes. So that's one area which you can work upon in your next speech. That's all I have for Toastmaster Devansh from my side. I now would evaluate the evaluators of the speakers for the day, who are Toastmaster Naina. Toastmaster Naina, I like the way you started your evaluation with a quote, and you actually used the sandwich technique to give the suggestion to the speaker, which was done very well. Some areas which you could have also pointed other than being vocal variety would be the body language as well as the prop usage. So you could have recommended the speaker to use props in his speech just to give more memory aid for the audience, and the rehearsal which he has taken. So that's all I have from my side for you. Now I would like to proceed with Toastmasters Lakshya's evaluation report. The way you have said that it is LHS equal to RHS, and you categorically mentioned that these were the good parts, these were the bad parts. It was done really well. But one area which you missed upon was the time taken by the speaker. So you could have commented on that as well. That would be a suggestion and a challenge for you whenever you take up an evaluator role in upcoming sessions. And that's all. And one area which you missed upon commenting was a strong conclusion for Toastmaster Devansh. So though it was a fun-filled speech, but he could have given a more clear conclusion that what is the key takeaway for the audience after his speech. That's something which I wanted to highlight from my reports. And then I would like to evaluate the role takers, my tag team members for the day first, starting with Toastmaster Anushka. I really appreciate your critical reporting and the grand total you made about the ahs, ums. You did not miss upon capturing about the long pauses, short pauses, the repeated words. Really appreciate all of it. But the challenge which I want you to take up in your next meeting, whenever you take up our counter, would be to point out those areas where the speaker actually have this often. Like if someone is using a repeated one more often in the impromptu speeches, it could be when they're just thinking on their feet that what they have to speak. So maybe you can help the speaker grow more as a speaker in their journey by pointing out these as well. So that's all from my side for you, Toastmaster Anushka. For Toastmasters Simran, I really loved the way you presented your report, which was very precise to the point. But I would like to capture and I would like to give you a challenge for your upcoming sessions where you would be acting as a timer to take care of the timings which are being taken by the general evaluator, the president, the TMOD and the TTM, because that would help us to decide whenever if any meeting goes late, who is the person who has actually over exceeded their time limit. So you can time them also in your reports for the future meetings. That's all I have from my side for you, Toastmaster Simran. I would now like to proceed with Toastmaster Rachna's reporting. Ma'am, you have just added a really good practice in our meetings by introducing the active listener roles. Now everybody's having their eyes and ears open, so they're using their at least 2 senses out of the 5 actively in the meetings. So I really appreciate it. But one thing which I felt was that the word of the day, gaiety, seemed quite unpopular with the audience. So we could have worked on that word of the day. So that's all from my side for you, ma'am. Now I would like to proceed with our other role takers for the day, who were our president of the day, Toastmaster Rachna. You made sure that you introduced the dignitaries in the meeting, starting with Nimish Joseph, sir. And you also made sure that you had the good transition in your introduction. You made sure we started on time. You also made sure that you had given a proper introduction to DTM era. So you had done your job very well. That's a good job from my side. Thank you, ma'am. Now I have another role taker for today, DTM. DTM Ira, ma'am. Ma'am, you were really very good as the Toastmaster of the day, and I'm pretty sure all of us had a great time because of you. The energy level which you had was something which made us stick to the meeting and the session very active, and you could even make people attempt table topics in their morning hours. So that is really, really very good. And I am pretty sure that a lot of us who are not aware about the various festivals which we have in India are now familiar with Lori, Bhangra, and Christmas. So everybody celebrates, but the key things Diwali. So these were the small, minute things which you had taken care. You had taken care of your role so clearly and precisely that you rehearsed very well. You made sure you dress properly, whatever you speak, you make sure you engage the audience, and you're always monitoring their body language, their gestures, their smile, their eye connect. Everything was taken care very well. But few areas which I would like to say that you could have worked more was the part where you talked about the crackers, Fuljadi and Charkha. Not all of us are familiar with it. So maybe you could have added their photos in your backdrop, or maybe you could have added something. But other than that, I felt everything was just a cakewalk for you. You had done your job really very well. So we have all the meeting done and presented from your end, critically and clinically done. That's all from my side for DTM Era. Now I have two amazing members who were the table topic master of the day, Toastmaster Devansh and Toastmaster Purnima. I really got confused the way you started talking to each other, which was coming out very spontaneous. I know you guys have put a lot of efforts to make sure that it comes out really well, but there were some hiccups in between where you guys had lost the connect. However, everything was pulled together very well. You made sure everybody participated. We had today speakers across the world, from Australia to US to different parts of the country and world as well. So I really appreciate the way you had decided to take up the table topic session, and the energy you had together, and the various efforts you made sure that everybody participated, and you recollected your games as well, from Pictionary to Damsharaz, and everything was done very well. So I really enjoyed the session with you all. Now I would like to share a small feedback for all my table topic speakers who were Toastmaster Khalid. Sir, I really loved the way you gave us your morning pep talk, and the way you made sure that you have a strong conclusion saying that believe in what you're imagining. So I really loved it. What I felt was missed in that duration is that some examples which you could have added, saying that have you ever imagined that Google would have left the world or stuck with their thinking that you can search anything and everything on Google? People from people sitting in high-end showrooms or high-end buildings can also access it, as well as the people who are sitting remotely in villages can also access and search anything on Google. So such examples could have added in your speech, but as an impromptu speaker, you were really credible, and also the first speaker. So you had the daring audacity to pick up and find out the riddle and make sure you take up the topic. So really, I love the energy you had in the morning hours of the day. Thank you so much, sir. Next speaker for next table topic speaker we had was Toastmaster Sumit Kashyap. Sir, I actually love the way you could easily recognize Top Gun from the enactment done by Toastmaster Devansh, and the way you said that learn from everyone around you. So that was done very well. But the area which I would like to challenge you would be that you could have added few questions for the audience, or made sure you had some more connect, because all throughout your speech, I just had one line written, which was learn from everyone around you. So in what ways and what examples you could have put in from your daily life? So that would have been a boon to your speech, boon and bane both. So that's all from my side for Toastmaster Sumit. Now I have for Toastmaster Lana. You were really amazing as a speaker. The way you took up the topic and you made sure that you repeated the topic, and you actually fought for some seconds for yourself to think, what should I say next? And the way you started with the story, it was all carved in something like you were not new to the topic. You had been like quite familiar that, okay, what I have to say next. So you had done your task really well. And if somebody would have given me that topic to actually compare between my signature versus my autograph signature, I would have taken some few more seconds to think about, but you had taken the topic really very easy and you spoke really well. That's all from my side for Toastmaster Lana. For Toastmaster Saurabh, I appreciate your vivid imagination of creating a hypothetical final year college friend of yours whom you are suggesting to break a leg and make sure that he is getting up and standing for his own efforts. So what I felt that you could have added more was the fact that you could have added an enactment to your speech. You would have said one hand, okay, so my friend, you could have given him a name. My friend Rohit is going to be talking to his girlfriend today and he's going to propose. So you could have been Rohit on the left and you could have been on the right, and you could have just done that role play and could have made the speech more fantastic. But whatever you have done was also very well. So keep talking more and keep participating more in the impromptu speeches. Then we have the last speaker, table topic speaker of today, Toastmaster Jessica from Australia, from different parts of the world. And the way you had taken care of the topic, that you could lead Mr. Santa and you could travel to your hometown to India and you could eat butter chicken as well as go to Thailand at the same time, given in the COVID time. So I really love the way you imagine things, and there's so much positivity in the way you talk. So I really look up to your more speeches, and I feel the descriptions in your word, maybe like I feel that you could be a teacher someday or maybe a motivational speaker. That's how I feel for you. And I really enjoyed your imagination, and your itinerary is all set. So you're most welcome to India whenever you feel like. That's all from my side and my reports. Over to the DTM, that is the TMOD of the day, Toastmaster Ida.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shubham. Such an excellent, meticulous, detailed report. And the most important, such valuable, valid, actionable feedback that you gave. And I'm sure it will help all the role players and everyone listening in to really help up their game in their communication skills. Thank you to all the chat team members also for giving such an amazing report. And Toastmaster Rachna, don't worry, we'll ensure that people understand that gaiety is not just a feeling, it's also a great word to get into their regular vocabulary. So, yeah, to conclude it all, I hope all of you had fun coming with us, traveling with us in the Indian winters and jumping from one festival to the next. And whatever version you have in your hometowns as well, do remember that ultimately festivals in these holidays are a great way to recharge your soul. You don't let your phone batteries die, do you? And still in this pandemic, we have allowed our own personal batteries to get drained and maybe not pay that much attention as it calls for. It has been tough. But as Paulo Coelho really puts it nicely in his words, and I quote, "One day, everything will make sense. Till then, laugh at the confusion, weep a little. Everything happens for a reason." And to that, I would like to add, if you are looking for time to recharge, reflect, and reconnect with your loved ones, the best time, it's the holiday season. With this, I'd like to end the session for today. Toastmaster Sancha, can you please help us with the polls for the best role takers? Right. So Toastmaster Sancha has shared the link to cast the vote for our best speakers and role players in the chat box. I hope all of you are able to access it. It is a great way to encourage people and role takers to have put in their efforts, and this will definitely help us also understand how you feel we could have done better. Well, with this, I'd like to hand over control to our presiding officer, Toastmaster Rachna. Sam, the stage is yours.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the day, DTM era. And I'm sure all of us are just waiting for the holidays to begin, enjoy in the winter season, and look forward to a beautiful 2021. So I wish all of you in advance a happy new year, because That's what we are really looking for, happy, and where we can really enjoy the year. Now, I hope everybody has voted. So, in the meanwhile, I would request our Area H2 Director, Toastmaster Devansh, to please come up and address the gathering. Because this is, like I said at the very beginning, that he was the one who approached us to participate in this event. And we agreed, and he has worked hard, and all the whole team, EC team, and everybody, in fact, all the members have worked hard for it. And we have all enjoyed this session. I'm sure you all did as much as I did. So over to you, Toastmaster Devansh, if you would just address the gathering, please.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rashna. I really love this meeting. I really want to thank your distinguished Toastmaster Michael for initiating this project. Like, we Toastmasters have converted this pandemic into a blessing in disguise. We had today Khalid, Lana, Jessica, and we even danced to some Bhangra moves. That is indeed the USP of Toastmasters, right? And I really I'm looking forward to more such meetings, more collaborations, and more joint meetings in near future. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Ashna.
Thank you, Toastmaster Devansh. And I must thank DTM Nimesh from the bottom of my heart for agreeing, or rather for helping us out with this event. And of course, DTM Toastmaster Michael Bowen, whose brainchild could help us in connecting with the whole world and give us this opportunity to be a part of this. And in case we have the results ready, then I would just like to announce the winners, please. Okay, so here we have the best speaker, Toastmaster Devang. May we have a round of applause for him, please? Best evaluator, Toastmaster Lakshya. And Toastmaster Lakshya, let me tell you, would be representing us in the the area level as well. We have the best role player, Toastmaster Ira, as the TMOD, DTM Ira. And guess who's the best table topic speaker?
Jessica.
Yes, one who loves to eat butter chicken. Jessica, you're more than welcome to come to us. Okay, so tag team.
Toastmaster Rachna.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Even though people shied away from using the word gaiety, thank you for giving this to me. So now we just have 2 minutes of time before we have to hand over the gavel to Muscat. So would anybody like to say a quick hello to us, please? Would anyone like to unmute? Anybody?
Hello from District 51.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you so much. Hello, I can see your name, Lucky.
Yeah,
right?
Pleased to be here. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Lucky, for being with us.
Hello from District 76 from Japan. This was a wonderful meeting. I had such a great time. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And from Japan, that means you've been up since, for us, it was 12 o'clock in the midnight.
I was the first speaker at the first meeting, so since 9 o'clock.
Oh my God, this is amazing.
And I really loved your speech.
Thank you so much.
I heard you, Paul. It was wonderful, and we would love you too if you give that speech here also. We would love.
Thank you. Please, I would love to.
Yes, we have the opportunities now. See, we've connected so well. I'm sure we can do that.
Yes,
would
I would love
anybody
to.
else?
Welcome from Ireland. I really enjoyed my virtual day in India.
Oh, thank you, Susan. It was great having you with us.
In 1981, I bought a one-way ticket and spent almost a year traveling around India. And I really felt fun having all those voices surrounding me that were just like back in those days.
Thank you. And 21 I'm sure you'll be able to travel once again to India. We look forward to that.
Don't.
Wonderful. Okay, so we are ready to.
From Kenya.
Oh, hi. So good to see you. And I can see our Toastmaster Rajendra Verma waiting for me to hand over the gavel to him. So I can see him right there. So thank you so much. Namaste, everybody, for joining.